Hello beauties, it's me Tony, and today's video is focusing on how to find luxury items for less. And so these are just 5 tips that I have on how I purchase my luxury things, or how I've considered or found luxury things kind of at a discounted price. So I have 5 different ways I'm going to share with you of how you can find and buy things. I have done, like in my videos, I've touched on a little of these points, or I've touched on some of these points in previous videos, but I figured that I should like devote a video to just talking about the different ways that I see designer goods on sale or at a discounted price. Okay, so if you're new to my channel focuses on a little bit of fashion things, like luxury items, not really fashion, like I'm not the fashion girl. I know all the trends, like that's not me, but I do a little bit of luxury unboxings and just kind of tips on how to find sale things, because I like discounts. I like to save. I also have travel, fitness, and lifestyle things that I like to focus on. So if you're interested in that and you like my vibe, like what you see, please consider subscribing. Like, I'm trying to grow, and I want to just thank all my new subscribers who have joined. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. And so let's just get into the video. The first way, and this is the way I recommend the most, just because it's instant gratification of goods. And so going into the store and shopping the store sales. So I know currently Saks was having a designer sale. And so when I look online for the designer sale, I really don't see that many items at a good of enough discount for me, or some of the brands that you might see in store you don't find online. Okay, like for instance, in my store at Saks, they sell Chanel inside the store, but you don't see Chanel online. Or they sell Dior inside the store, but you don't see Dior online. So that sort of thing. They usually have these sale racks. So anytime you get an email, if you follow Saks or anything like that, and they say they have a designer 80% off sale, go into the store and see if they have the racks up. Okay, the racks are usually, some of them I've went recently, they were having it maybe a week or two ago, and they had New Season Stuart Weitzman on the rack. So, and they were a discounted price. So just make sure that you go and you look and you see the items that they have on the rack, because typically you can find discounted goods, and you just have to keep coming in and checking back. Those Louis Vuittons that I bought and I showed you guys in my other video, that sparkly heel that I got those off the sale rack at Saks. So, and they were like $200 something. So you definitely can find some gems in Saks, in Neiman Marcus when they have certain sales. The Marcus was having a sale last summer, and that's where I got those, the nomad looking sandals. I got those for $200 something in Neiman Marcus. However, I would say the best place for me, just my area, is Saks. Like, Saks will have that rack, and it's just easier. It's not like a hassle. Like, I feel like at Neiman Marcus, to find the shoes that I wanted on sale, there wasn't a rack. It was like I just had to pick up the shoe, turn it over, and look over the shoes, and then I end up finding it. Versus like, there's a rack there, you can look through, find prices and that sort of thing, and it's already like a designated clearance kind of section. And that's what I like about Saks. They kind of move all their little clearance stuff to a little area. Even like their last pieces, they move to a little bit of area, and sometimes you can find discounts on there. So checking Saks, especially when they have those racks out, because they always bring out new things that come from the store or the warehouse, stuff that might not be selling at one store, they bring to those stores. So checking that out, and with that, getting you a sales associate that you like, that will help you. Because when I bought those sparkly shoes, or I saw those sparkly shoes because I hadn't bought them yet, one of the sales associates there was like, I was like, I don't really wear dressy things. She was like, oh, I got these other shoes in the back. Let me go back. So these were shoes that weren't even on the shelf. Let me go in the back, and maybe you'll like these too. I was holding them for another one of my clients, but she decided she didn't want them anymore. So if you want them, they're yours, kind of thing. And so she went and got those tennis shoes that I love, like those Louis Vuitton tennis shoes that I showed you. Oh, they're so pretty. Like, she went to go get those shoes for me, and I bought those. So building a relationship with a sales associate, and those were like $300. They were about $300, but those originally are about $1,000 some dollar shoe. I'm sure of it because of the glitter and stuff. And just the regular ones are like usually 800, 900. So I'm sure it was a little bit more because it had a little bit more going on with it. But yeah, I got those shoes for about $300, and those are like my favorite tennis shoes, and they're so comfortable. Like, I know people complain about the Louis Vuitton actual heels not being very comfortable. The small heel I have is fine because it's not a high heel, but the tennis shoes, they're comfortable. Like, I would wear a tennis shoe from them. Very comfortable to me anyways. So first tip, going into the store, finding you a sales associate, because they are so helpful. And even like, let's say there's not a sale coming in, but they might get shoes in from anywhere, and they might say, hey Tony, we have this shoe, or like, I was looking for boots like at the beginning of the winter season, and they hadn't got any in yet, but the sales associate that I'm always talking to, she was like, if you need anything, I can go and videotape around and find things that you want. So just building those connections with them, because they'll look out for you. Like, if there's a sale and they know it's something you've been looking for, they will definitely shoot you a text to be like, hey, we have this. Are you interested in this? I'll pull it back for you and save it for you. Like, building those type of relationships are the easiest way to get sale pieces that like maybe you wouldn't find on the other 4 ways that I'm going to tell you how to get sales stuff, okay? And it's instant gratification. You can go into the store, pick up your item. I love that better. Like, I hate waiting for things. I'm very impatient. So the store is the first way to find sales. Shop the store sales, okay? Now, I wrote this down, so that's why I'm looking down, because I want to make sure I stay on track. Second way is shopping global sites. So like Satire, I did a video when I talked about Satire in my Prada Nomad sandals, the white sandals that I showed you. Satire basically has, it's kind of, if you've seen Farfetch, it's kind of like a Farfetch, I guess I would say, just because I believe it's different boutiques around the world, and because they have some of the same shoes that are different prices. So I'm thinking they're pulling from different boutiques. They're selling items, but they're at a discounted price. And so most of the time, some of the new season stuff goes on sale, and they send me stuff all the time saying, oh, spring season is at least 25% or up to 50% off. Shop it. Like, the shoes, I've seen the shoes that I bought, they were $600 something. I bought them for $400 something on Satire. Other places I've seen shoes, like those global sites, or like, I think it's called Carolizator. They have prices at discounted prices. Like, if you've watched some of the YouTubers, some of their stuff that I see that's new in, they have on those sites at a discounted price. So it's worth checking out, buying something not directly from our stores that we know of, like the Saks and the Neiman's, going out and looking at these other sites. And one of the best ways to do this, if you don't know specific sites like Satire or Carolizated, like you don't search those, if you have something like List, it's an online like website, and it shows you, like, if you've been searching for certain things, it'll show you what you like are interested in, and they're being on sale kind of thing. So check that out if you don't know the specific sites. And then from List, that's how I like found the sites like Satire or Carolizator, from List. So third way to find designer goods is flash sale sites. So when I'm talking about the flash sale sites, it's things like Rue La La, Gilt, Joma Shop. Like, those shops, those places kind of reminds me of a Zulily, if you've ever shopped Zulily. I've never bought anything from Zulily, but I've definitely looked on Zulily. And these shops basically have like designers sell pieces that come in and they sell. So like, I've seen Gilt, like, coming up soon, they're gonna have a Louis Vuitton thing, and it's like $6.99 or less kind of thing. So, or I've seen Joma Shop have vintage Louis Vuitton for $7.99 or less. So it's just like discounted sites and Joma Shop, they usually have like sunglasses. I've seen Gucci, a lot of Gucci stuff, like even the Gucci mules, which I love. They have them on there at cheaper price than what they are now. Like they're $7.20 or 7 something in the store now, and I've seen them for like 5 something. So if you check those sites, they're pretty good at getting designer things. They're just deals that only last for like a couple of days, so you have to catch it when you catch it, and that stuff sells out fast. And one of the things that I did see on, I think it was Joma Shop, if you know those infamous GG platform sandals that all the influencers are wearing, they had those on there for I think under $300. So when they first came out, before they went like crazy, they had those on there. So I'm mad that I missed out on those because I really do like those shoes, but they're definitely a place to check out. So all these people sending me emails all the time, so I see all these good deals, good sales. So it's good to subscribe to the list. But now that I'm on my no spend June, I have unsubscribed to all of this mess, but it still comes to my email, so I'll see it sometimes. So my fourth place is like the resale shops. So this is like Vestiaire Collective, which I've had great luck of finding things on Vestiaire Collective, brand new things, gently used things. And I won't say gently used, I'll say like new, because usually on some of these sites when they say gently used, it's like less than good. So I would say like new items that I've found with like boxes and dust bags, pretty good quality pieces. And what I like about Vestiaire Collective is it's all over the world, and so you can get things from Spain, from France, India, China, Japan, wherever, and they're usually at a discounted price to me, I feel like, as a US consumer, just because of the fact that maybe they're paying a lot less for the item than I am. And what I really like, so if I couldn't get an item in the store, then I really do like buying things secondhand, just because of the sustainability aspects, but also because of the fact that I can barter, and I like bartering down prices. I like talking and discussing with people and lowballing people sometimes because you never know who might bite. So yeah, I know they say no lowballing, but like you never know, especially, and the only way I consider lowballing is if I know something's been on the site for a long time and it hasn't sold, then I'm like, maybe they just want to get rid of it now. Let me try. So I think it's really good. I found a lot of new pieces off of Vestiaire Collective, like my Kirigami pouch that I bought, and then I also got my Gucci mules from off of there, and I got a vintage Gucci bag from off of there. So I like this site. I really love it. That's like my go-to. I used to check that app like every day, but now I deleted the app. Like I said, not trying to spend. But yeah, that was one of my go-tos. And usually you can get stuff at a discounted price, and for the most part, you can find new things on there. And you also can use their coupons. Like they always send me like welcome. Like if it's your first time signing up, you might get a welcome 25 coupon. If you haven't spent in a while, then they'll send you like a $40 coupon. And that's what got me to get this pouch, because I had a $40 coupon. So I used that to just save even extra off of what I was already bartering for. And then they also have sometimes days, like I remember one week, maybe it was a week or two ago, like every day of the week, they had a different designer brand that they were taking 10% off. So they might have 10% off Louis Vuitton, 10% off Hermes, 10% off Gucci on certain days. And during that day, you would get an extra 10% off. So you can use like your welcome 40 or your welcome 25 with the 10%, but you could use one or the other. So I always like to feel like I'm getting a deal on top of a deal. So that's the reason why I like Vestiaire Collective. Poshmark is also a good place to look, or places like eBay. If you know how to shop, eBay is a place that you can find if you're okay with it. I know people have had really good luck buying off of like Japanese vendors and that sort of thing, so you can try that out. A lot of them are on what is the site I just talked about? A lot of them are on Vestiaire Collective as well, and so I just like those sites. I like to barter. I like to feel like I'm getting a deal. So I like to Poshmark. I just don't like Poshmark because they don't authenticate things. Less than $500, invest to your collective. Doesn't matter what the price is. They will authenticate it for you. Okay. You're paying for it in the like process, but at least you're getting that done and you know that your price is real and authentic when you buy it. Another place, resale place, I would say would be like Facebook groups. I just recently joined Facebook groups and they're always selling, like for Louis Vuitton, they're always selling things. So it's just good to go in there and you might can barter with people. Some of those people, I don't know if I would necessarily barter with them in some of those groups. But that's why I like to stick it to a place where you actually can. But sometimes people do sell some gems on there. So check out joining any of the Facebook groups. So that's why I like the resale shops, because it allows me to barter and be able to tell people, hey, this is this. How about this? Or I noticed this. Would you be able to take this amount? That sort of thing. I like that. So my fifth way is like through Instagram resellers or boutique resellers, that sort of thing. So it's not, they already have set prices. You can't barter those type of businesses. So, I like this way too. Haven't like bit the bullet on it yet. However, there are some really good Instagram resellers that have websites. So I recommend, if you're following a reseller on Instagram, that they actually have a website too, not where you have to DM them and that sort of thing. I don't like that, especially if it's your first time buying products from people, just because I want to be able to get my money back. I want to be able to use PayPal. I want to be able just to make sure that your site is legit and that I'm gonna get my product if I pay my money. So, but one site that I check all the time is LV Linka. I look at her stuff a lot. I haven't bit the bullet. There's also consignment shops in my area that sell things. But I really like her site just because she does have things that I think are reasonably priced. And she tells you the condition and that sort of thing. So I kind of trust all of that. Haven't purchased anything. Was going to attempt to do it twice. But just haven't bit the bullet yet. But yeah, so checking out those Instagram resellers are good as well. So I think if you find a combination of all 5 of these ways, you'll be able to find like little gems here and there. So I definitely would recommend all 5 ways, like not just sticking to one, just looking for knowing what you want to buy and then going after those pieces, like not just buying things on a whim, actually buying things that you've thought out and had a purpose for. Is what I recommend. But I just want to thank you guys for watching my video and staying this far, because you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here, and I appreciate that. And I just want to thank you again. I hope you have a good night, a good morning, a good evening, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.